Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our online class. In this lesson, we are in geometry and we are looking at conic section. Now, what is conic section? Conic section is basically the study of the shapes that are formed by two cones. Okay, so they are called conics. So, for instance, if we have a cone like that, then what shape is formed if we decide to cut the lower part of the cone? What shape is formed on the part where we cut the cone? That's conic section. Section means we cut it on a section and we see the part that is formed under the section. So for instance, this cone, we cut it on this section. What shape is formed on that section? We see that if we cut it on that section, we're going to have a circular part like that. Okay, so what is formed basically, this is called a circle. Okay, suppose we get another cone, then we decide to cut it maybe not straight like that, then maybe we decide to cut it diagonally like that. What shape is formed? We cut it diagonally like that. We're going to get a shape that looks like a circle, but it is a bit stretched out on the corners here, or on the ends here. It is a bit stretched out. So this shape that looks like a circle but a bit stretched out is what we call an ellipse. So that is the shape there, looks like a circle that is a bit stretched out like that. Then let's say we have another cone, okay, and this time we decide to cut it from top to down, all the way from top to down. If we cut it all the way from top to down, we see that the shape that is formed from front view will be two more like semicircles, because when we cut it like this from the front view, we are going to have two semicircles. These two semicircles are known as hyperbolae. This is an hyperbola which has two semicircles like that. Another conic, maybe we have another conic like that. Then we decide to cut it in this direction diagonally like this on top here. We cut it like that. Then what we form is more like a U-shaped object, okay, which is what we call a parabola. So it is going to be like a U shape. So these are the possible ways that you can cut a conic. You can cut it on top here, you're just going to get a bigger circle. Down here, you're just going to get a bigger circle. You can cut it on top there, just a bigger circle, and so on and so forth. So these are the conics that we'll be looking at. We'll discuss them in details, but now you have a view of what conic section is all about. And in this lesson, we will look at the first conic, which is a circle. Now for the circle, we will look at different things about a circle. First of all, the general equation of a circle. So the general equation of a circle is given by x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equals to r squared. Okay, so basically a circle is just let me just so from the definition we can get the from the equation we can get the definition of a circle. So a circle is defined as a locus of points with equal distance from a point called the center, and this distance is known as the radius. Okay, known as the radius. Okay, so we have a locus of points. These are locus of points, and these points are equidistant from a central point called the center, and the distance from the center to any of the locus of points is what we're calling a radius. So this is the equation. So from this equation, h, which is from the category of x, and k, which is from the category of y, this is the center. Okay, and if this center is 0, 0, then this part will be 0 and this part will be 0. Then we get the well-known equation x squared plus y squared is equals to r squared. Okay, so this is what you should know about circles. All right, so maybe questions that may come, I'll talk about tangent circles. Okay, these are circles that are kissing, or kissing circles. So basically, on kissing circles, we are talking about two circles, how to determine if two circles are tangent to each other. Okay, or just maybe let's work through some problems that may come on questions like this one on circles specifically. Then from there we move on to other conics, because that's where we'll learn better. So I'm just going to pick out some few questions that may come on conics, and we'll try to work them out together. And by that, I hope you'll be able to learn to do most problems on circles. Then we'll move on to other conics. So let me just bring up some questions on conics. All right, before we leave the circle completely, I would like us to tackle these questions just as a way of helping us understand conic circle as a conic better. So the first question says, find the equation of the circle centered at the origin. Now, what you should know is that at the origin, if the center is at the origin and then the axis are 0, 0, and given the radius is equals to 5. Okay, so now remember, you need to remember the general equation of the formula of the circle, which is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equals to the radius squared. So what you just need to know for you to find the equation of a circle is the center and the radius. So we have the center on the x-axis. On the center we have 0, and on the y-axis we have 0 as well. So we can replace where there is the ordinate for the x-axis, that is x minus 0 squared, plus the ordinate of the y is also y minus 0 squared, which is the radius is 5, so that would be 5 squared. Simplifying this, we get x squared plus y squared is equals to 25. So that is the equation of the circle, and we see here our answer is A. Okay, so now that is how you find the equation of the circle when you're given the radius and the center. So same applies for this one. Find the equation of the circle given the center this. So again, you are given the center x. You are given the center. This is the ordinate for x, and this is the ordinate for y on the center. So that will be x minus 5 squared plus y minus the ordinate. So the ordinate of x is 2, sorry, so that's supposed to be 2, x minus 2, that's the ordinate for x, so that is 2, and the ordinate for y, that is 5 squared is equals to the radius squared, and the radius is 5 units. So the radius is also 5 units, so that would be 5 squared. Okay, so using this equation, we expand. So expanding this, we have x squared minus 4x plus 4. Then expanding this, we're going to have plus y squared minus 10y plus 25 equal to 5 squared will also be 25. We simplify, this will be, what would this be? That would be x squared minus 4x, then plus y squared minus 10y. Then this 4 and that 25 are going to add up. So they'll give us they'll give us 29. So when 29 goes over the other side, that will be 25 minus 25 minus 4. We see that this and that cancels, and we have x squared plus y squared plus 10. So we see that C is the best answer. Is it? X squared minus 4x minus 10y plus 4. So B is actually the answer here. X squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 10y plus 4. So this can actually go on the other side, and we are going to get that. So if we arrange, so that is basically what you'll be doing. You arrange, when you rearrange this, let me just rearrange this. So when you rearrange this, you say x squared, then you write the y squared part plus y squared, then the 4x, negative 4x, then negative 10y. Then when this comes on the other side of the equal sign, that will be plus 4 will be equals to 0. We see that B is the answer there. So that is what you're supposed to do if you're given the center and the radius to find the equation of the circle. Okay. Number 3 asks us to find the center of the circle. I'll put in the center and the radius of the circle. So here we are asked to find the center and the radius of the circle. So the center and the radius. So I'll just say center and radius. Okay, center and radius. Now we have been given this equation here, which is x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 10y plus 4 equal to 0. Okay, if you are told to find the equation or the center and the radius given this equation, what you want to do is first group the x parts and the y parts alone. So for the x parts, we have x squared minus 4x. Then for the y parts, we have plus y squared minus 10y, then plus 4 equal to 0. And what you do always, if there is a number in front of the x part, you factor it. For instance, if there was a number 3 here, suppose we had 3, we need to factor out 3 between the x part. So this would be x squared minus 4 over 3x. And if there was a number here in front of y, suppose there was a 5, we factor out the 5, then we write it as y squared minus 10 over 5 y, then plus 4 equal to 0, plus 4 equals to 0. Plus 4 equal to 0. So now in this case, for us, lucky for us, there is no any number in front of x and in front of y squared. So we are just going to go directly. And what we're going to do is we'll just we'll complete the square for the x part and complete the square for the y part. Okay, so for the x part, how do we complete the square? We write x, then whatever sign is there, if it's minus, we say minus, then whatever number is there, we say 4 over 2, then we group that, we square it, always over 2, then always we say minus whatever number we have here, which is 4 over 2, then we square it. We have completed the square for that. Again, how you just say x, you write it, whatever number is there, that is in this case negative 4, we say negative 4 over 2. Then we say no matter if there is a plus here, this is always minus. If there is a minus, this is always minus. It doesn't change. So we say minus 4 over 2, then everything squared. Then again, we do the same for the y part. So we say y. Again, here there is a minus. So we say minus 10, always all over 2, then squared. Then again, we say minus whatever number is here, which is 10 over 2 squared. So we've completed the square for y, and we say plus 4 equal to 0. Now I'm just going to take this on my whiteboard here because I'm running out of space, or my blackboard. All right, now let's simplify. So what is inside here? That will be x minus 2 squared. So remember, if we had factored out that number would be outside the brackets like that. Okay, so 2 like that over 2 minus, this will simplify to 2 squared, then plus, this will be y minus 5 squared, then this will simplify to negative 5, then everything squared plus 4 equal to 0. Then this is we just have x minus 2 squared and plus y minus 5 squared. Then this will be let's take everything on one side, on this other side. So that will be this, when it goes that side, that will be negative 4. This, when it goes that side, that will be plus 25. And this, when it goes that other side, that will be plus 4. Okay, we see that everything here cancels, this and that cancels, and what we remain with is x minus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equals to 25. Now we are asked to find the radius and the center. Remember, the equation of the circle is given by, let me use this, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equals to r squared. So for the radius, you just equate whatever is here. So you say r squared is equals to 25. We see that the radius would just be equals to the root of 25, which is equal to 5. You have found the radius. Now for the center, you just equate whatever is here. So if it's positive, you just say, okay, you just say this is negative h. So you say negative h is equal to whatever number is here, that is negative 2. When we simplify, we see that h is equals to 2. And this is the counterpart for x. So we start with the counterpart for x, comma. Here, k, we say negative k again. This is negative k is equals to negative 5, is equals to negative 5. We see that k is equals to, when we cancel out the negatives, that will be positive 5. And that will be the counterpart for y, which is 5. So we see that the center now becomes 2, 5. So that is the center and the radius. So that is how you find the center and the radius. Now there are cases, maybe you're just given the locus. Maybe you are given a circle, or just draw a simple circle. Suppose you're given a circle like that, and you're given the center. It's a 2, 5, and maybe a point on the locus here. Okay, and you're given the point on a locus there. Maybe this is 5, 7, and you're asked to find you're asked to find the equation of this circle. Okay, so remember, you need your center x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equals to r squared. So what you need is your center, and your center you have. So your center, you have 2, 5. Now what you need is the radius. How do you get the radius? So the formula for the radius is equals to the distance between this point and that point. So you just say x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. So maybe you say this is your x1, y1, and you say this will be your x2, y2. So for the radius in this case, you say the radius will be equal to, so it's not supposed to be squared. Not supposed to be squared. So the radius will be equal to the square root of x1 is 2, 2 minus x2, which is 5, squared, plus y1 is 5 minus 7 then squared. Then we simplify this. This would be the square root of 2 minus 5, that is negative 3. Negative 3, everything squared, that will be positive 9, plus, so here 5 minus 7, that is 2. 2 squared, everything squared. It will be negative 2, then negative 2 squared, that will be positive 4. So we see that the answer is root of 13. So that is our r. Radius is root of 13. So putting in the equation, we're going to have x minus h. H is the center for x, which is 2 squared, plus y minus k. K is the other part. Y minus k, which is 5, then squared, is equals to r squared. Now, what we have is r, and they're looking for r squared. So r squared is r is root of 13, and squared, we'll put a square there. So simplifying this, we're going to have x minus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equals to this, and that will cancel out, which is equals to 13. So this is how you find the equation of the circle given the center and a point on the locus. So that is how you find that. Okay, so these are just different variations. Let me just give you some examples, or let me say questions to try out. One, you're going to practice these questions, or you're going to attempt these questions. In the next lesson, we'll look at what I was talking about: kissing circles, tangent circles, how to determine if a circle are tangent to each other, and so on and so forth. So you're going to attempt these questions. So the first question is asking us to give the coordinates of the center and the radius. So you find the center and the radius. Okay, so again, remember the equation of the circle is h minus k squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So to find the center and the radius, you just equate, and the center is in the form h comma r. Whatever value of h you find and whatever value of r you find, then for the radius, you use this to find the radius. You just compare. Then find the equation of the circle graphed below. So this is similar to the last question that we've done. So you're just going to find the center and any point on the side of the circle. So we see the center here, this is 0, 0, and the point on this point is 4, 0. So you can use that point to find the equation of the circle. This is where you have 0, 4, 0, sorry. So this is 4, 0. So this is where you have a center and an equation on the locus of points. So that is what you're going to do. Then the follow-up question, just zoom in. So this question, graph the following equation of the circle. So for this one, you need to complete the square like we were doing before. You complete the square, then you find the center, you find the center and the radius. So first find the center, and you see which one gives the center that you are looking for, and that will be your answer. These are multiple choice questions. So you see which one is going to give you the answer that you're looking for. So you complete the square for this one, just like we were doing. So try to put it in the form x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equals to r squared. Then you find the radius and the center. So the center will most likely tell you which one among these is the answer. Okay, so it will tell you which among these is the answer. So now for question 2, okay, I'm going to skip question 4 and vertex. Okay, I think I'm going to skip this one. This is on parabola. Is there anything else on circle? Okay, these are on parabola. All right, so basically, these are the questions that I want you to attempt. Maybe just one more question. Maybe just one more question. Suppose you are given a circle like this. Let me just write it here. I'll say find the equation of the circle. Find the equation of the circle if 2 points if 2 points bisecting the center are say 2 comma 4 and 2 points bisecting the center at 2 comma 4 and let's say 6 comma 8. Okay, so maybe you have 2 points bisecting a circle and these points are opposite to each other. This one may be 2 comma 4 and the other point is 6 comma 8, and these points are bisecting the circle like that. So you're asked to find the equation of this circle. So you will try out this one plus those questions. So wherever you have challenges, please come through and I'll ask. So watch the lesson and answer questions. Or before you answer questions, you ask where you're not sure, and I give direction. Then from there, you work out the problems. So ask before you work out the problems. Have a good evening.